Emotional infidelity is almost always the first step on the road to cheating, and may well be considered cheating on its own right. There is far more to a relationship than just to have a physical relationship with only one person and one person only. The truly satisfying and meaningful part of the relationship is the bond you share with the other person. The emotional connection is a deep and integral part of the relationship, which is what makes emotional infidelity so devastating. The true bond in a relationship goes far beyond just physical fidelity. It's a large part of what makes a relationship a relationship. A relationship is about sharing your thoughts, feeling, and soul with another. Emotional infidelity is when your significant other begins to form those same kinds of bonds with another person. This almost always goes along with withdrawing from the original relationship. You go from being your significant other's friend and confidant to being a stranger in your own relationship. This freezing out can be difficult to deal with and may be hard to see. You may feel that the problem is on your end and that you are the one doing something wrong. At the same time, emotional infidelity involves the other person forming bonds with another person outside the marriage. One of the terrible things about emotional infidelity is that it can be difficult to define and identify. Because there is nothing as obvious as sleeping with another person going on, saying for certain that it is going on is trickier to prove. One big sign is a sexual chemistry between the two people, flirting and teasing each other. It may seem innocent because there is nothing physical going on, but emotional infidelity will cause the person to behave differently. This is a key point that you need to keep in mind when you suspect emotional infidelity. Everybody has friends. Men have their best buddies, women have their girlfriends. Many people have close friends of the opposite sex, people with whom they confide much of their lives. This isn't emotional infidelity, and the big thing to look for is signs of guilt. The big sign that someone is becoming involved with someone else on an emotional level is the fact that your significant other feels compelled to hide it. No one hides their relationships with just friends from their significant others. When they're hiding something, it means there is something to hide. Emotional infidelity is a problem in and of itself, but it tends to be one of the early signs of a relationship going bad. The next step is usually physical infidelity, and this is almost always preceded by emotional infidelity. If you can recognize and do something about emotional infidelity, you may have an easier time than if you catch it at a later stage. The two big signs are emotional disengagement and secretive behavior. If your significant other is pulling away from you, becoming distant or hostile, this is a big sign. Likewise, if they are acting suspiciously, hiding phone calls and emails, avoiding questions, and just generally acting like they have a secret, this is a sign. You need to catch emotional infidelity in its early stages and fix it. This can be tough to do, but if you suspect emotional infidelity in your relationship, then you need to seek out advice and instruction on how to fix your relationship.